Hello, my
Incendiary.
little pony. I am Starlight, and welcome to another installment of fanchat, where today we'll be discussing Rainbow Rock. Okay, I can hear myself talking. Who doesn't have headphones in? So, channel,
No, I
I think
don't.
it's on your end. Okay. Well, here today to help me discuss Rainbow Rock is Brony Buck,
Greetings.
GM Pone 3000,
Hello, everyone.
Pokey-chan,
Hello, bronies.
Poke-chan.
and you all know me. I'm your beloved Starlight. Please put headphones in, Pokey.
I'm wearing headphones.
Yet the resound's coming from your end. I can see the bars go up.
Okay, maybe it's my... Alright. Ah, fuck. Just...
We're off to a wonderful start, people.
Yes,
These
we are.
things
Whatever you
happen. Try
are
not to
today.
worry about it.
Anyways, so why don't we start off by asking every pony whether or not they like the first movie? Brony?
I definitely enjoyed the first movie. I was one of the very few people that did.
DM?
Oh, that's interesting, because I also enjoyed the first movie as well.
Nice.
So did I.
I was indifferent to it. I neither liked it or disliked it. It just was one of those movies was like, it happened.
Yeah, you just watched it, is all.
I watched it and it didn't really impress me. What can I say? They had a lot of interesting background characters, but they didn't develop any of them. So what was your guys' opinion on the new one? Did you like it or dislike it?
I actually liked it better.
Okay. DCP?
Who?
DM, I mean. Sorry.
I'm not the guy that lives in Australia with a Fallout fetish, man.
I know. I'm sorry, but your
Well, Anthony
ponies
C.
are both red, and you both have hats, okay?
We do? I don't have a robot eye.
Sorry.
Whatever. To say that this movie was better than the first one is an understatement.
Yeah. What about you, Pokey-chan?
Considering how much I love the first movie, it's hard to say that the second one was better because they were equally just as amazing.
And I actually like this one better than the original, which just goes to show you that sequels can be good if people actually put in effort. They don't just
Indeed.
have to be a last grab to get money.
I had a feeling
I'm
that there
talking
was.
to you.
I had a feeling that there was room for a sequel at the end of the first one, and I knew just from the turnout at the one theater that I went to that there was going to be a sequel, because when it's that financially successful, regardless of its reception, there will be a sequel. That's just how the world works.
But yeah,
I did not think that they were going to manage to do it better, and then they did. And that was a very pleasant surprise.
I think
the best
I
kind.
think My Little Pony lends itself very well to be music-fied, pardon my language. And so them doing a movie like this made sense, and in retrospect, worked really well. Like, probably the biggest thing that I remember are the songs and the musical Battle of the Bands, where they showed bands competing against each other, which was an interesting way to do it. Also, Snowflake plays violin.
The manliest of men.
It just suits him so well because he's such a coward and gently figure, but so muscular. I can totally see him playing the violin.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
background and secondary characters in this one that weren't in the first one, which I thought was a very interesting decision to make.
Yeah, like you saw Lyra
And
and
they
Loveland
actually
playing the piano.
Like, Like, that's the thing. In the
Mhm.
first movie, everybody was like, oh my god, did you see Lyra or Bon Bon or, Octavia or Vinyl Scratch? And it's like, yeah, I saw them. They walked
They were,
by the
yeah, they were
camera.
there.
That was it.
Yeah, they
You
actually
know?
did something.
Yeah, that's the point. If you're going to have characters in there that we love, have them do something. That is why we all loved, like, that Vinyl Scratch thing. Which, by the way, they did incorporate into the movie. They just had her walking in the background. But so yeah. The leaks were good, although I did try to avoid the ones that were supposedly from the actual movie. I did see the sirens singing in the cafeteria.
Oh, you're referencing the shorts?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Which, interesting enough, sirens are my second favorite manipulative monsters. So it was kind of cool to see the sirens made in Equestria.
I agree.
The hell's number one then?
Vila.
Say that
Sirens
again.
control through sound waves. Vila's control through love, man.
Ah,
Okay, that makes sense, actually.
Wait, who was number one? I didn't hear.
Vila. Mythical creatures made of fire that seduce men to reprocreate and to gain power and wealth.
I've actually never heard of these creatures. Can you spell their name for me?
I'm horrible at spelling Vila. E-E-L... I want to say L-A, but I could be wrong. They're a Greek or Roman mythology.
You said V as in Victor?
Yes.
Google search on images isn't turning up anything that looks like Greek mythology to me. I'm getting a whole lot of 3D art that looks like it came out of video games.
Well, they're probably pretty popular in video games, because as I said, they're kind of manipulative and power creatures.
I thought you would be talking around like succubi, because that's pretty close.
The changelings are closer to succubi than anything else.
Well, see, they don't feed
Well, I think
off
you'll
of
find
love.
that changelings are close
That's the
to
thing.
changelings.
Velas don't feed off of love. They just manipulate them, because there are no male Velas.
I could give
So,
you some
like,
info on
along-
changelings if you want. Heh.
I'm talking about as far as the show goes. The show...
No, changelings are a real thing, or it's in mythology. They're not
yeah,
they're invented
but
for
they're
the
actually
purpose of the
closer
show.
to... Changelings in mythology are fairies that replace newborns, usually in positions of royalty, to try to help the
But they feed off the mother's love.
Right.
Yes.
It's the same sort of thing.
As interesting as this is, Rainbow Rocks people.
Yeah, but Rainbow
Yeah.
Rocks was terrible, so I will gladly sit and talk about like anything else, anything but Rainbow Rocks for however long.
Owen.
Apparently that's his goal.
Oh god damn it! When did
So,
Okay,
why,
so-
in your opinion, did Rainbow Rocks suck?
who let the Owen in?
I was invited
I
in.
didn't let the Owen in.
Who?
It's-
Who?
I was
stop that.
invited by Starlight to come into the podcast. I'm very sorry
Why?
if you don't approve of my appearance in the podcast.
Well, maybe I
Owen.
do, maybe I don't.
I knew that you didn't like it. That's why I invited him. Because
You
all
actually-
of you guys like it.
Really?
You made a comment the other day on it.
Yes, I did.
I heard it, and seeing as everybody else seemed to like it, so I invited you.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You didn't like it. Because we need another opinion. Otherwise, it's just, oh my gosh.
It's a
Did you
massive
see
circle jerk
Trixie's
of. It's
song?
the best
It was
thing in the.
awesome.
Well, no, Trixie's song is actually tops.
It is.
It is a good
Oh my
song.
god, it's so catchy.
But the problem is, it's not in the movie. It's like half of it is in the movie.
Yeah, it was still
Exactly,
there.
They cut it out like the end of
And
like
it
the end of
makes sense
cafeteria.
because the other Twilight was never, at the school, so she never interacted with Trixie, so Trixie is still a total bitch. Oh my god, I'm going to get so much hate for that.
Wait, like everyone
You just call
is
best
technically.
antagonist.
Well, she's the minor antagonist in this movie, which I found to be very interesting.
I found it to be quite insulting.
I also liked how Sunset Shimmer was sort of uncomfortable
Yes.
and that not everybody just right away accepted her. It's nice.
What? No one would directly
Oh,
accept her after
right.
what happened?
No,
She
no,
turned
but
into a
she's.
sea-demon.
I didn't quite like that she went. That the whole of the movie kind of felt like Sunset Shimmer was almost saying, feels. It was almost like she was asking everyone to feel sorry for her because you don't know what I've been through or some bollocks. But it kind of felt like the whole idea that they were trying to do was you should feel sorry for her, but
She was very
I didn't feel like
self-conscious.
I didn't feel like Sunset Shimmer was asking outright for people to feel sorry for her, but the script and
But
the way that she was
the way the
delivered
movie,
was
yeah.
definitely trying to play her as sympathetic in her redemption. So
But
that
at the end of the movie, she definitely showed that she was starting to get more self-confidence in herself and building up her self-esteem again, which gives me hope for Sunset Shimmer in the next movie.
Because we know it's going to be
instantly redeemed.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
There might be a whole
spin-off
TV
show.
series.
Oh, that's been confirmed, hasn't it?
How
Yeah.
is there going to be another TV?
I don't think it's been confirmed. It's been
I'm
talked
confused.
about a
They're
lot,
going to
but
have
not
Are they
confirmed.
going to act?
I guess.
How would this work?
I'm
Perhaps.
sure
Equestrian
they'd find a
Academy?
way. Or it'd be just interesting to watch. I have no idea. If it
Yeah, because
actually
I-
happens, I'll be
because
looking forward to it.
Same here, because I've always said I plan to review all of it if it does come out.
Anyways, so, villains other than Trixie. What did you... By the way, who on earth were Trixie's backup singers? I know they're probably like some background ponies, but I did not recognize them.
They were
Not
probably
sure.
just generated models that they pulled in. I have
And did
no
anybody
idea.
else notice that the
Illusions.
band with Dorothy, that background singer with like the bell thing, looked an awful lot like Flufflepuff in her human form?
I did not
With
notice
longer
that.
hair?
I didn't notice either.
I'm the only one that saw it. Yeah.
You know something though? I still don't really know what Owen's overall issue with the movie was. We started on that and then we kind of interrupted him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Why?
apologies.
No,
Explain.
it's kind of it's very simply that I just didn't enjoy watching it.
Okay.
Like like really, I
I-
tried thinking about details. I tried going over details of I don't like it because of X, Y, and Z, but I realized that I was just making up bullshit to try and justify the fact that I didn't really enjoy it.
Okay, so is it just a matter of personal taste, or can you not put your finger on it, or did you
I
just...
can't put my finger on it. I
Okay.
think actually that'd probably be the best way to put it.
Okay, so you don't like it, but you don't know exactly why.
Is it one of
Yes.
those things where it's good, but for whatever reason you don't enjoy it? Because I know that happens to me sometimes.
Oh yeah, there were like that when I talk about it, people mention the things they like about it, and I agree with them. Yes, those were good things. Like I liked Trixie's song, as we mentioned earlier on. I kind of liked the Dazzlings. They were far more. They had a much larger presence as a villain in this one than Sunset did in the last one. I liked other things. I can't think of anything on the top of my head, but I liked a lot about the movie. But when I watched it, I didn't have fun with it. It's difficult to kind of put into words, and that sounds lazy, and that sounds like
I'll admit
bullshit,
that
but- Turn it off.
that stinks, but I understand. I've
It's
been there
better than
myself.
coming up with bullshit. So,
Who let Zachary in here?
than just buzzwords,
Turn off
Yeah.
the camera.
I suppose.
Who let Zachary in here?
I did. I'm
I
the one
did.
that gets to invite people. Why do you guys keep asking who let this person in?
I haven't seen
Obviously, I invited them.
I
It's
haven't
not
seen
funny,
him.
Pokey. It's never been funny. Stop trying to make it funny.
I'm
You're
not
not
trying to
funny.
make it funny. I haven't seen him since a Rainbow X Dashi stream.
So, when are we?
So, who was your favorite of the sirens? I hear that a lot of people like that one with
Guys,
the
when are we? It's just like we're doing this live, right? When is it?
Yes,
It is
we are
live.
live.
Oh, what?
Yeah, this has been live for 15 minutes.
Oh, okay.
We are all.
Right. Thanks.
We started at 3 o'clock.
Yep. You confess to the
It
world.
says live at the
Congratulations.
corner.
I thought we
I
were
mean-
just talking beforehand. Oh, whatever.
And it turns out I've got to go.
No, they were talking about fencing beforehand.
Oh, okay.
All right, catch you later, Pokey.
Yep. Oh,
Anyway.
oh.
Adios.
Wait.
Hi, Zachary.
Turn off your camera, Zachary. Now. Thank you.
Alrighty
Now
then.
here's
That's
Mysterion.
the rules.
So you were asking about favorite song?
Favorite siren.
Siren.
A lot of people seem to be towards that idiot, the one with like the
Sonata?
purple
Sonata.
Sonata.
Yeah.
Sonata, mate.
Yes, I have a problem with her. She's an idiot.
She
Like,
was
she's-
the worst.
She was
No, she
very cutesy. I'll admit that. She kind of reminds me of what Pinkie Pie might be if she had no brains.
Hold on, let me try
No,
to
she
let
was
me
a
try to
well-written
rephrase that,
Pinkie Pie.
because I'm not sure if you
No,
if you
she
got
was
what I was
the
going with.
dumb one.
She was the worst. I'm sorry.
She
No.
I
was
like the
well-written
one with the
Pinkie Pie.
ponytail.
Adagio was the only one I liked because Adagio was the only one that was smart.
Well, she is the leader. But,
Yeah.
No, the one with pigtails seemed to be kind of like, she seemed to be like the second one in command and kind of wanted more power. She didn't seem dumb. She just couldn't really care to really overthrow the other one. She just seemed
I
sort
would
of
have said that.
scruffy.
Okay, yeah, and I get that, and I did see that too. But I don't think she would have been able to really take charge. I don't think she had the brains for it. I don't think she had the guts for it. She was
Maybe
just kind of.
not.
I would have called her, pinned her with like, goodness gracious, I don't know what to call this. There's probably a scientific term for it, but I'm just gonna call it a Starscream complex for now, where she wants the power, but God help her if she were to ever actually get it, because she does
I
not.
like Starscream too, so maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
I think
can
I
I
know what
say?
you're talking about, but it's around the range that she wants the power, but she doesn't know what to do with it. That's what you're going
Or
with.
doesn't know how to acquire it. Like, and I don't know a whole lot about Transformers, but every time I've watched something related to Transformers, especially where Starscream and Megatron are characters. Starscream is always plotting against Megatron, but whenever he actually gets into power, he messes it up, or he never actually gets into power. He's just, talking smack about Megatron behind his back. That type of thing.
I
he's
guess
always-
that's around what Arya is like.
So,
Yeah.
by the way, did anybody think that if they could have gone away with it, they would have had Bon Bon and Lyra kiss in that piano scene?
Wait, what?
No, I don't.
They were.
No.
I refuse to acknowledge that.
That is
as
weird.
a possibility.
They would have.
They were sitting way too close together.
That's a really strange hypothetical there. If they could have got away with it, but if they could have got away with a lot of things, they probably would have. They would probably do a lot, but they can't because it's a kids show or a kids
I know
movie.
it's a kid show. That doesn't stop people from making sweaty costumes of it, though.
That's the internet. That's our job.
Oh
I
my
know.
goodness gracious!
I'm sorry. I
Okay.
just think they were sitting
No, I
way
do
too
not-
close for the thing.
I do not think
Like,
it was
how
a
was
ship.
she playing the piano?
I have seen I have seen many people do duets on pianos, and especially if they have a stage presence and a performance mentality, they will appear to be intimate with each other. I mean, shoot, my younger brother has his own band, and back when that band had four members, um, he would often he would often play with his uh, rhythm guitarist. He was lead vocals and lead guitar, and he would play with his rhythm guitarist. They had this really cool move where they'd run at each other right from the other ends of the stage and start playing each other's guitars while they were rocking out. So musicians do that kind of thing. With that in mind, and other issues that I have, I refuse to acknowledge that that was any sort of shipping. I will, however, give it that they probably put it there as nods to the Phantom, which there were a lot of in this movie. Last movie, and with a lot of other episodes where people call out, say it's something is fan pandering or was there for the fans. I'm a little skeptical this time, especially with the fact that Lyra and Bon Bon weren't there last time, and the amount of Bulk Biceps wasn't there last time, and he was pretty prominent there now. And Octavia, there was no other reason for them to put that there. So those two things considered, definitely not shipping.
Okay.
Well, I
I
never really
do.
thought the scene was shipping,
I
more theatrics, but yeah, I know that plenty of people will go on about that.
Oh,
I did like those scenes though, like them moving up in ranks and like them blowing the other ones away. That was pretty cool. Um, I do have one thing though. Did they really need to have Principal Celestia and Vice Principal Luna be idiots?
they're
idiots
hypnotized.
or under a spell. Yeah, that because that was the first thing
Yeah.
in my head too when I saw them writing off Twilight. It was like, come on, you've seen what this girl is capable of. She knows what she's talking about, and then their eyes started glowing up. Oh, okay, it makes sense now.
And
Yes,
don't
but
forget
it
when
still kind of annoyed me.
Well, that's actually one big problem that I had with this movie was that people say like, oh yeah, the story is coherent and it's well structured and it's got much less plot holes than the last movie, which is all right. It's all correct. It is coherent and it is far well structured and it does have maybe only one or two plot holes in the whole thing, but when the movie is as simple as it's about the band's plot and almost everyone is under hypnosis when it's convenient, then yes, of course it's going to be coherent, and of course it's going to have few plot holes because there's not much substance to the plot.
One of those plot holes is that even though Lyra had her headphones on, why didn't the siren song affect her?
It was
not
because she
Lyra.
couldn't hear vinyl scratch, firstly, and it was mostly because she couldn't hear them. Their spell is based on what being heard. And you probably know this from you probably know a little bit more about mythology than I do, but the sirens always lured people in when they could hear them,
Yeah, with
when
their
they could
song.
hear their
Yes.
singing.
Mm-hmm.
If I have like it'd be the same thing as if my mother were to call me from downstairs right now. I've got my headphones in. I'm not going to hear her, so I'm not going to think to follow any orders.
And I guess that's why they showed that short in that Music to My Ears short. Just so
Never
that whole
takes off her
headphones thing.
headphones.
Yep.
Yeah, did anybody else think it was kind of weird that she had a car that turned into like a sound system? Don't get
No,
me
I thought
wrong,
that was the
totally
most awesome thing
awesome.
ever. I thought that was the most awesome thing ever.
It
I
is cool.
did. It was one of those things. I didn't think they could outdo Flash Sentry's car in the first one, and then they rolled that thing up there.
Yeah.
Well,
Flash
it was a
Sentry's
fancy light show. I'm not really impressed overly by it. It was all right, but it wasn't amazing. I don't know,
So,
guys.
how in world did like what was her name again? The orange one.
You're
No, I can't think of
Adagio?
her name. No, not that. She
Uh,
is in the. She was the villain in the last one. I can't think of her name.
Sunset.
What, Sunset Shimmer?
Sunset.
Shimmer. Thank you. I couldn't remember it. Now I understand the Sunset Shimmer was a pony and that she had magic powers and that she's learning about friendship, but it's kind of weird that she transformed with the rest of them. Because she doesn't have an element of harmony unless
It
she's
wasn't-
taking Twilight's place as
No,
the
it's not
star
elements of harmony
friendship.
anymore, is it? It's that rainbow power stuff. They're things.
I don't even think it was that. It was they had the magic there, and it was left over from the last time. That's what they said in the movie. And when they come together in their harmony, that magic gets activated again. Sunset Shimmer became a part of that harmony and transformed.
Yeah, but why? That's the thing.
I just said why, because she became a part of something that caused this effect.
But how did she become a part of it?
When firstly she figured out that they were going to need a musical counterspell. Then she got them to stop fighting. Then she, took the reins when Twilight couldn't do it for whatever reason. She took over and finished the song. There were several points throughout the movie in which she was gradually becoming more and more a part of it. And then that was the crescendo, as it were. Pun intended, was she became a part of it and she experienced that transformation. She had the music and the magic flowing through her. If anything, it's a little bit more believable with her because she's a native equestrian.
Okay.
Does that make sense? I know I said an awful lot.
And she also wielded the power of the crown as well. Back in the first movie, so maybe some of the equestrian magic did flow within her.
Well, she turned into a raging she-demon.
Well,
Oh,
there
yeah,
would
some
be
of the
some
power was
equestrian
in her.
magic put behind it, and plus she was a native equestrian, as Bronny said.
Yes. I also like the book thing. It's interesting to think that maybe during the season we'll get to see Twilight looking at the weird vibrating book.
The fight.
I like
Oh, dear
I
God.
like the idea of the book now, as in by the end of the movie, but the idea of the book in that Sunset still had it because she still kept it with her because she knew deep down that what she was doing in the first movie was wrong, or that when she left and wanted to take over the world, that she knew that what she was doing was wrong, which I can't really see that, to be honest.
Have you ever
it's more
experienced something
that-
similar to that type of thing? I could actually probably field this one. And back a while ago, in when I was engaged, when that got broken up, it was a long time before I got rid of the stuff that reminded me of it. You tend to keep those things regardless of how you feel about it. At least a lot of people do. I don't know if you do personally.
Well, I think the thing is that the thing that I'm talking about is that that would make sense if it weren't for the fact that we're to believe that Sunset just stormed off one day and just decided, you know what, I'm going to go through this portal, whatever, without second thought. And yet she also took the book with her at the same time.
She probably
She was
always
making
kept the
this
book with her, though.
instant decision.
Yeah, it was
Think about
probably one of those things.
That, she permanently kept in her saddlebags. I mean, if you think about it...
Well, then say that. Don't say I kept it with me because deep down I knew what I was doing was wrong.
Well, she says that in retrospect. She probably wasn't consciously aware of it while she was doing it. Like I said, sometimes people just hang on to those mementos regardless of what they actually mean to them or what they indicate to them. It's hard to let go of that type of thing.
You don't have to consciously say, oh, I'm going to take this book with me even though I'm going to retreat to another world.
Yeah, try taking something that means a lot to you now. And even though that time has passed, try and throw it out.
Or
Even
not
if you
something
can
that
actually
means-
throw it out, you're probably going to sit there and, second guess yourself at the very least. At least most people do.
it doesn't even have to be something that means a lot to you. How many times have you gone onto the computer and you automatically type in YouTube or a site you go to all the time out of habit rather than the site you meant to? I can't tell you how many times I've done that.
That makes
Just
sense as
because it's
well.
out of habit. She probably, if she was packing up stuff to go, she probably reached out with her magic for the book out of habit.
As I said, say that in the movie. Don't just say I took it
Yes,
because
but
then
they
you
were
want
trying to
to.
make it philosophical.
I do have to. I do hate to do this, but I'm gonna have to go. So
All right,
bye.
it was
Okay.
nice talking to you. Have a great day.
You too.
Alright, now that we have talked about the characters, although I think they did ramp up Rainbow Dash's tendencies a little,
Yeah,
how
her
about we
ego
move on
problems.
to the music? What did you guys think of the music for the most part?
Well, I downloaded the soundtrack as soon as I got home.
As did most people. The music did not stick with me, but that's nothing new as far as the show. Uh, I thought it was fairly typical pop music that tried to put a rock spin on it by adding an electric guitar. I wouldn't say it was entirely successful on me personally.
Even the villain songs?
Villain songs slightly better because they still didn't really stick with me a whole lot. I couldn't tell you the name of any of the songs or the lyrics from having watched it the one time I did. But I will say that the villain songs were a bit better because they were a little bit more vocally inclined. There was a little, as far as I could tell, a little less auto tuning going on. It took a bit more effort. It sounded more classical, which is what I'm more likely to listen to.
They were trying to make the voices sound hypnotic, which means soothing, and yet with an underlining tone. The lyrics themselves were villainous, while the beat itself was soothing and calm.
Mhm.
As for me, the only song that really stuck with me was the song in the villains sang, and uh, as cool as I want to be kind of stuck with me just because I have a soft spot for guitar solos. And what can I say? I have a soft spot for them, okay? And then Trixie's song is the only one that really stuck with me. The only other thing that musically sort of stuck with me was that machine that, for the life of me, that I can't remember, when they were like, well, what musical instrument you're going to play Twilight, and Pinkie Pie was like, it was like, I think it's called like a xylos or
Oh, it's
something,
a
and
theremin.
it's like, ooh, theremin, that thing. It just sounded something that totally Pinkie Pie would think of.
Well, then again, she did come up with like a bunch of musical instruments and like during the shorts, so I guess applying it to Twilight isn't too far-fetched.
It has that weird sound though.
So magical.
Yeah. So the music was decent. I did like the music collage they did for, that awesome Battle of the Bands actual part, where they're actually using music to battle each other.
Yep, the climax song.
A bunch of people
Not
for that.
not the climax song. I mean, during when like all the different bands are battling with each other. I
Oh,
especially
well.
like when um, let's see, both Biceps or Snowflake was able to blow away. Who did he blow away?
Snips and
Octavia.
Snails.
Oh, Snips and Snails with the violin. Now that was awesome.
Yeah, Octavia got launched out by the Rainbooms, I believe.
Yeah, with
Uh,
Rainbow Dash's guitar solo, I guess.
and I know they try to give Flash Sentry more, character in this, but
He
I
had about the same
still,
amount of screen time ultimately.
yeah, and like they try to make him sort of villainous by falling under the spell, and it's just, I'm sorry, Flash Sentry, you have as much character as a pretty flower. you're nice to look at, and you might even have a nice smell, but all in all, you won't last.
Talking
Did you
about
just say
smells.
nice smell about a cartoon character?
Yeah, she just did.
Well, if you're going from Twilight's perspective, he might have a nice smell. I don't know.
I'm not even
Okay.
going to begin to go, what's wrong with that? I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll just put in my point before this
We
starts
make
getting weirder.
OCs for a cartoon show. Like, you seriously haven't ever debated what the smell of your OC would be?
No,
No.
the thought has never crossed my mind.
Maybe it's a girl thing. I don't know.
Maybe it
Okay.
is. And the old gimmick used to be that the toys would smell. Like, so they had, like, scratch and sniff or something. But
Maybe.
it's entirely possible what you just said is true. But
But
it never occurred to me. That's all I can confirm at this point. So
I
what
don't
were
know.
you gonna say? What were you gonna say, sir?
Um, well, it's about Flash Sentry. Like when I was looking at him through, like, comparing him to the first movie, I thought he was a little better here than he was in the last one. Mostly because they kept him in a very minor role. Because in the first movie, they tried to make him a sort of major character, you know, with him going to Vice Principal Luna and giving the evidence that for Twilight. But there wasn't really much major character thing before then. Now in this movie, he was strictly minor character, uh, which I'm not saying is like a major improvement. It's just it's less conflicting.
I can
Yeah, but
get.
it was kind of annoying that they continued the stupid bumping into each other thing. God, that irritated me.
I can understand that. I still found those to be like cute scenes, but that's all they are to me.
They aren't cute. It's stupid. The idea of bumping into someone and falling in love with them is just ridiculous. If anything, it'll make you want to avoid the person.
Yeah,
Maybe
this
I'm weird.
person's a klutz. Forget that.
Yeah. Well, then again, wait, was it Flash that bumped into Twilight, or did they just bump into each other? I can't remember.
Twilight was crawling on the floor the first time they met.
Oh yeah, and she
And
bumped
then
into
the
him.
second time they bumped into each other, and then as it went on, like the first time and the last time down in the Crystal Empire, she wasn't paying attention and bumped into him.
Yeah, what is with Twilight? Whenever he's around, it seems her concentration goes out the window, but yet she doesn't seem to bump into things normally.
Our
Maybe
little
Flash
Twilight,
Sentry, like,
our
just...
little Twilight is growing up, and she's noticing boys for the first time. That's what's going on.
But she doesn't notice them. She just accidentally bumps into them because she's not paying attention. Just being in a room full of boys make her absent-minded? I don't think that's the case. Her brother's a royal guard. She probably grew up surrounded by boys.
Well, then again, those are soldiers.
And Flash Sentry isn't when he's a pony. Yeah.
Well, he's a new recruit.
He has gold armor, which means he probably is actually of a higher rank than most of the guards we
They
see.
said he
But
was
is
a
he a
Just
new
says
crystal
recruit.
shiny
pony?
armor has a different
Those were the
guard.
words that they used in the last movie. New recruit.
So new recruits get gold instead of silver. That's stupid. It's like awful. Sorry.
This is. I will fully admit that this is pure headcanon territory. But as far as I could tell, what we see as silver is probably more of a steel or some sort of alloy to give it that color. But I refuse until they straight say that it's gold to believe that the Kennerlot guard is in gold. Like
It's purple armor.
Why doesn't it
Yeah,
surprise
because
you? I mean,
gold is not in the least bit protective. Brass, however, I could buy that, especially because if you polish brass well enough, it looks gold.
mhm.
So until stated otherwise, I refuse to believe that that is silver and gold because those would make terrible armor, especially with the fact that silver, if you're exposed to it long enough, can be poisonous.
Wait, Zachary, what are you trying to say? We can't hear you.
You tried fixing your mic, man? Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah. Hmm.
During that final battle, a lot of people have been telling me that is Scott Pilgrim versus the World, and I can believe that. But am I the only one that saw that and was thinking Beelzebub from Tenacious D's The Pick of Destiny?
I really wasn't thinking about what music it was similar to. Personally, I was just watching the shining effects.
And most likely it probably was something that was supposed to be uh, on its own, something of its own merits and not really paying homage to anything, but there are resemblances there, which is cool. I don't think either way about it. But
It's not
when I
like it's
first
a
saw that,
bad
I was
homage.
thinking, as soon as I can, I'm going to turn this into a PMV of Beelzebub. And then my phone blew up with text messages: Scott Pilgrim versus the World, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah, that would be. That was the first route I took when I saw that climax, especially with like the forms of their past selves actually coming out and start attacking them.
And the transforming car DJ booth of that was amazing. I can't get over that. I really can't. I lost my marbles when I first saw that. Like that was. It's been a while since I had like a theater freak out, but I was like, oh goodness, that is so cool.
I had plenty of that when I watched this movie, honestly.
Did you? What parts did you freak out about when you first saw them?
Well, yeah, of course it was that whole climax scene. Like seeing that giant alicorn rainbow was just amazing to me. And there
Oh
was
yeah.
also a moment where I fell out of my seat laughing, and it was the moment when Twilight and the rest of the main five were trying to confront the Dazzlings, and they were like, "Friendship is magic."
Yes,
I just
those
fell
two
out of my
villains.
seat laughing. It was so funny.
Because we've never needed a verbal command to activate the elements in the past.
No,
Why
it's
would you?
just we are friends, and then magic swords, the creepy eye thing, and then taste the rainbow.
I think even Rainbow said it was like, weren't there rainbows and lasers the last time this happened? Just standing there all dumbfounded. And I love the dive roll that the Dazzlings just, or probably Adagio specifically, just rolled. Like they knew what was about to happen, and then it didn't happen, and then they just dive rolled out of it. Oh, look at this. They're really trying to come after us. They must want this a whole lot more than you guys do. So are you just going to sit there and let them talk down
By
to
the
us
way,
like this? What?
Yeah.
did anybody find it creepy that Diaja was touching people's hair during the cafeteria thing? Like, oh dear lord! Like, if someone, I don't care how pretty their voice was, if they just randomly came up to me and was touching everybody's hair, I would punch them. You're transferring germs from each and every person. That's disgusting and gross. Don't touch me. You know?
I suppose. I did notice that she was doing that. What I also noticed was that she was giving attention to the nerdy looking guys who probably don't really get that much attention, and so there was probably something welcome if they noticed it all in the first place.
Very
Yeah,
manipulative, those girls.
Yeah, they know how to use what they've got.
feminine
We'll put
charm.
it that way.
And that's what I loved about them.
Most guys do.
Oh, no, it's not that way. I meant them as
I'm just
villains.
teasing. I know, but guys love female villains for the fact that they can use their sexuality as, you know, as a way to get ahead. Hell, Black Widow is just incredible for the simple fact that she is so slim and pretty and people always underestimate her, and yet she can totally kick their ass because it's not expected when she does it.
I think Starlight is telling me that I want to be controlled by these beings.
I didn't say that. All I'm saying is that it's surprising when this happens, and it's even more well, it's probably not so surprising anymore because there are a lot of dominant females nowadays. But women used to not, use their sexuality in order to manipulate men.
I don't think there's been a time where that's not ever been the case, but there has been times where it's been more or less acceptable.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're not overly sexual. It was just more flirting with them.
That's the word that I would have put to it if I could have thought of that. Thank you.
Because if I was thinking of them being more sexual, I'm pretty sure we'd be reaching the rated R territory here. In the friggin' Rainbow Rocks, My Little Pony movie.
That's such goofy hair.
Yeah, and just don't worry, give it time. The bronies will do that to themselves.
I already seen it.
I'm sure you have.
I hate internet. I need a day off.
Tuesday could become
Already
that.
then. Whoever thought the Twilight could become one? I'm actually not surprised about Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, me neither.
Shoot, I used to partake in Taco Tuesday. It was like, anytime Tuesday rolled around, I had to go out to all the clubs because all the clubs were serving tacos and everybody was going crazy over the tacos, and that got some amazing pictures. It's Tuesday. You have work in the morning. Why are you out here eating tacos at 11 o'clock at night?
Trust me, I can never unsee the things. It will be a long time before I can eat another taco.
How about burritos?
Maybe.
I've been making deli meat burritos lately. Would you like a burrito? Sort of like a taco.
If I'm having a burrito, I'm going all the way and getting a wet burrito smothered in cream cheese, sauce, cheese, and sour cream, and whatever else I can get on top of it.
Sounds like a trip to Moe's then. Is anyone else down for this?
I'm game. I'm pretty hungry
then. So as soon as the podcast is over, we're all going to pile into my car and go to Moe's.
Okay.
Although this has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. Taco Tuesday. And how it's becoming perverted somehow because of a picture that I saw of the girl with the pigtails, ponytail, and oh god, it was just...
Maybe I'm lucky, but I haven't seen Taco Tuesday become perverted quite yet. I have, however, seen quite a few film fictions on it.
What? Okay.
First and foremost being Taco Quest.
Taco Quest?
The Dazzlings are out on... The Dazzlings are lost and homeless. But they say... But Sonata thinks they're taking this way too seriously because it's time for tacos.
The Quest?
That's the title of the story, Taco Quest. Go look it up. It's halfway close to somewhat decent.
It's decent. Okay, that's troubling.
As long as it's actually decent and not something else.
Yeah, I guess that was another reason why Sonata got the recognition that she got after the movie.
Because she's an idiot, and guys find apparently dumb blondes to be attractive, so why
she's
not
dumb blonde, she's blue.
As I said, dumb blue heads.
What, that's a race now?
I don't know,
hair color?
but apparently they find her attractive the same way they find dumb blondes attractive, because she's idiot and can be tricked into
It's probably the same type of attractive that Derby has. It's that's hilarious type of attraction.
I seriously don't understand how men can deal with idiot. I've seen guys date real idiot girls over and over and over again, and it's just, God, think about 30 years down the road, no matter how hot she is, nowadays you can get anything fixed. God, there's no way to fix people that are stupid.
Well, except by educating them and making them smarter, but you probably have a point there.
Maybe. But, well, yeah, she's just the airheaded type. That's what I got out of it.
If there
Airheads
was any that I really didn't like, I'm sorry I interrupted you. That was rude of me. Go ahead.
Well, airheads can't, well, exactly be stupid. It's just like sometimes they just get caught up in their own little world. In some ways, I am an airhead, but
Yep.
uh, I've known a couple people like that, and they're actually pretty smart. It's just they don't pay attention.
Hmm. Something I would like to say, though, if I may, is that if there was anything that I straight did not like about this movie, it was that aspect of the villains is the way that they were personified. Uh, I'm having trouble wrapping my head around the concept of beings that have very possibly been in this world for at least a few hundred years. Very powerful, very manipulative. We're causing all sorts of chaos to the point that they had to be banished to another world when they were in Equestria. And here they are. For realsies, you are just the worst. Ugh. Bunch of scoffing, prepubescent teenagers. The concept just doesn't make sense to me. I would expect them to be a little bit more, at least, and Adagio was like this to a degree, but I expected them to be a little more archaic.
Well,
Almost.
actually, I think I can understand why. Think about it. What are the age group of people that fight with each other the most, that have the most negativity around them? Teenagers. So they've probably spent the last couple centuries doing nothing but hanging around teenagers. Doing so, they probably learned the lingo and picked up a couple of bad habits along the way.
Okay. I
That sounds possible.
could buy that personally, and I'll say it again. Overall, I do like these villains, but there was that one aspect of them that I didn't understand that sort of bugged me. I would have preferred it if it was more of an act, but as far as I could tell, it's not an act. Sonata's off in space, and Arya is upset about something.
Maybe she had a boyfriend back in Equestria before they got banished.
Adagio was the most down to earth, the most cunning. I
And
liked
the
her.
most fluffy.
Yes. I mean that is just a statement of fact. They gave her quite the perm.
It's so cute, though. I want to get her doll just for the hair.
Yeah, but that's gonna look. You know how those things translate into
I
3D.
know. I
Good.
know. But still, if they could get a really accurate version of it, I might get complete plastic versions of them because I really do like them. As I said, sirens are my second favorite manipulative villains.
Yep.
I'm sorry if you hear that. There's something running outside.
I didn't really hear anything.
Alright, cool.
Starlight's singing though. What's
Sorry.
Starlight? What are you singing about?
That Trixie song.
Oh, I see.
I got tricks up my sleeve. Can you feel it? 'Cause I'm powerful and great.
So that's another thing about this movie. They started experimenting with a lot of different genres, as far as music is concerned.
And
Really?
musical
Because
instruments.
all I heard was pop. I'm
Really?
Yeah, I
sorry,
guess the
but
rainbow.
that's all I heard. So explain to me. Maybe you can show me something that I haven't noticed before.
Well,
what did you see that I didn't?
okay, I will agree. It was mostly around the rainbows that did focus on pop and rock and a combination of the two. But the different songs, like the villain songs, the dazzling song, that's something I haven't heard from the show before. Or if it was, I missed
Actually,
it.
it's sort of kind of reminded me of Celestia's sonnet from when she turned Princess Twilight into a princess.
How is the tune related? This one was much slower in comparison.
Because it's very grand. It has a very hypnotizing, grand, sweeping movement. Each lyric is held out to its fullness. It's not about the musical accompaniment, it is about the vocals.
I'll agree that it is about the vocals, but in terms of grandeur, Celestia's ballad isn't really like most of the Dazzling's tunes. They have a more sinister effect to it.
Well, yes, but I was talking about musical, not lyrical.
Well, I mean in terms of tone.
Alright, that's
And
like
also,
saying,
oh, sorry.
no, it's alright.
Uh, Trixie's tune did sound a lot more like had a pop jazz tune to it, which was one of the more interesting tracks I found in the movie. I just wish they actually expanded that a bit more rather than just keeping it as a soundtrack. But more of the songs were pop rock, so I can understand why Bronny feels that way. But I did note a lot of the more songs that did pop out of me were those songs that just were different from what the Rainbooms were singing.
Derpy, she did bluegrass.
That was bluegrass?
Yes, very old-fashioned. They were playing with a cowbell.
A
I can't remember
triangle.
what a triangle, and she was playing a saw. That's old country-style bluegrass.
That was the part that made me fall out of my chair laughing.
Me as well.
What did you expect Derpy to play? Although I could imagine Derpy playing I imagine Derpy playing a xylophone for some reason. I don't know why. Or like a glasses of water. Like just have Derpy up there just playing glasses of water.
You would honestly trust Derpy with a whole row of wine glasses at that, filled with water?
Well, they'd have
On
to
a
be crystal.
stage?
And secondly, no, she would have ended up knocking them over.
I just don't know it went
And then
wrong.
I know exactly what went wrong. Okay. However, I am a little disappointed at this movie's general lack of berimbau. And congratulations if you know what that instrument is.
Must be too young.
No, it's a Brazilian instrument. It's basically kind of like a bow, like an archery bow, but it's got a piece of wire, and then you hit it with a stick. Oh, and it's also got a gourd attached to it at the bottom, and you can make different sounds by pressing it against your chest or holding it at different lengths away from your body, and then pressing a coin up against the string and hitting above the coin, below the coin gets different notes. It's the only instrument that I ever came close to learning to being able to play because
I broke the triangle.
I did capoeira for 2 years, and that's where it's mostly from. Is it's a native Brazilian instrument.
Very
I
interesting.
can't play
Yeah.
any instruments. I broke the triangle.
Oh, how did you manage that, may I ask?
We were practicing marching, and after the incident with my bow getting caught in another girl's hair, they put me on the triangle. But I tripped, and it got caught on, those stair things that they have you stand on, so that then people can see everybody, and like the choir or something. And I got caught on that, but I continued to fall. The strap was around my wrist, and it got turned into an L.
Interesting.
And then they gave me a heart that was bolted to the floor.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
But
Yeah,
then they
I
got
think-
mad at me because apparently it was an antique or something, and the princess was like, she can't have that. So they gave me a lyre
Here's a-
that was like,
Here's a question for
and I wasn't allowed to walk with it.
So here's a question for everyone. Does anybody else here read the comics, especially the micro series?
I haven't gotten around to reading the micro.
Okay. So I'm the
But-
only one.
But what specifically?
Basically in the micro series. I'll show them to you later then. I got you covered. But basically in the micro series, I forget which number exactly, but there was the one that starred Rarity. She kind of went and ended up hanging out with these hippies, right? And one of them was named Wheatgrass, and he dressed a certain way. And if you had seen the comics, when I saw Rarity's costume when she got up on stage during the first round of the Battle of the Bands when they bombed it, because she had metal stuff hanging off of her sleeves and they got turned into a magnet. I was halfway confident that that was a reference back to that particular comic book, and I just wanted to see if anybody else had noticed that or to get some thoughts on it, because you never really know. That was one of those things. While I say there were a lot of fandom nods in this movie, that was one of those things that it could be, but it also might not be. Just
Yeah,
gonna
that
see
would
if
be
I
in the
could get any second opinions on that.
Yeah, that would be in the comics, and like really only the bronies would notice that. But because more bronies do watch this movie, it seems likely that it would be the case. But again, I haven't read that comic, so I can't really confirm it for you. So sorry.
I haven't
Give it a
been
look
able
and
to
then watch the
locate a
movie
comic.
again. Let me know what you think.
I've heard that that micro series comic is the best of the micro series, so probably
I
worth
haven't
looking
been
at.
Personally,
able
I
to.
would have said Luna, but which is number 10, the last one. But it's all a matter of opinion, really.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like I think it was around the time when the main six all had their issues.
I've
Yep.
seen a couple of the comics, but I don't want to, like, get them illegally. So, and unlike in Michigan, I don't have or know where there's a comic book store around here. So, yeah.
Do you have a
Have you
Barnes and Nobles?
have you tried Google searching it out of curiosity to see like comic book stores in my area?
Yeah, the nearest one is like over away. Hey,
Ah,
Looney.
Hey, it's a Looney Turtle.
Hello, one moment.
Okay, he sounded iconically British.
yep.
That's how he naturally sounded.
Oh no, I'm an English guy. Regular American English.
American English, got it.
Looney's got a lot of voices. He's a halfway decent, voice actor as far as his range goes.
Yeah, I noted that.
Looney, I don't mean to be mean, but it's against the rules to have your camera on.
Okay.
Yep, now it's
Okay,
gone.
thank you.
He's a turtle now.
Thank you.
Yes,
Welcome,
turtle.
Oh boy.
So, where were we?
Well, I started talking about the comics, and I think that's where we left off. It just concluded that we have no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yep, so the floor is open, I'd say.
Well, Looney just came in, so
Why don't you tell us, Looney, whether or not you liked or disliked the Rainbow Rocks?
I think it was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed the music and the new characters. Oh yeah.
Okay. Got anything a little more specific for us, or
Uh,
were you like Owen in the sense that you just liked it but can't place your finger on it? Well, that's the opposite of Owen. Owen didn't like it but couldn't place his finger on it.
I liked it. Can't put my finger on it.
Okay, that's understandable. And with that, my friends, I need to get going. I've got some things I got to take care of, but it was lovely talking with you all, and I look forward to the next time.
yep.
Okay,
Have a nice
bye,
day,
Brony.
Brony.
Yep, have a great day.
So, did anybody else think that it was kind of sad that they didn't let the other main sitcom come? Because I think it'd be very funny to have, like, 12 ponies. 12 equestrian girls. It will happen eventually, I'm hoping.
I'm pretty sure they were saving that for the next movie, given the ending of this movie.
Maybe the next one will actually be the Twilight from the other world coming to this pony universe.
That's what I theorized. Like, she wanted to know what was up with all the strange things that was happening in Canterlot High, and it did lead to her investigating Equestria. And now there are two Twilights running around.
Or better yet, the Twilight that's from Equestria goes to Canterlot High to visit her friends, and the other Twilight, like, somehow, like, there's a weird force here. She gets sucked through the portal, and somehow she breaks the portal, and then like the rest of the movie is them trying to get back to the respective worlds.
That's
That'd be an
very
interesting
interesting.
story.
Yes. And then a horse needs to die in a
That-
swamp of misery. And none of you probably get that reference.
Not at all.
From the never-ending story. No? Still no one? Never mind.
It's been years. It's been years, Starlight. Been years since I've seen that.
The Indian's horse. It dies. It's the only thing anybody ever talks about when that movie happens.
I don't remember like how old I watched that movie. It's like it really been a long while.
Never mind. Well, oh, Looney's back.
Yeah, sorry, just disappeared for a moment.
It's alright. Now you're back. You just had to tuck into your shell for a little bit?
Yeah, it was very comfortable in there.
I think it'd be kind of squished with your turtle-sized head. And your
Ah,
leg,
no, fits nice and comfy.
if you say so. Yes. I keep meaning to make another picture of you, Looney, because your baby picture I made of you was so adorable.
Yeah.
But haven't had time. Been getting ready for an art jam. Anyways, so yes. Anything else about Rainbow Rocks?
Well, going back on the fact of Sunset Shimmer, kind of don't want to say this actually.
Say it.
Okay, I was one of the people who actually liked Sunset Shimmer in the last movie, mostly of the her backstory, and well, hearing that Pass seems to be running around saying, "Hi, I am right. Sunset Shimmer is a good character," and I'm just sitting on the wayside thinking, I also liked her. Where am I sitting around all this?
Yes,
And yeah,
but see, Sunset Shimmer is his waifu.
can I steal his waifu?
You
Well,
can, but
only
many bronies have been known to go to war over their waifus.
Can I be past his Flash Sentry? I'll just steal his waifu.
yes, only if it's for screwing with him.
I feel tempted now. I stole many other waifus, so what's another to add?
What about your girlfriend in the picture? Won't she get jealous?
Touche.
I
I gotta ask her about that.
Yeah. Is it okay
don't
if I
have a
steal
hus-
pony waifus?
don't have a
Like-
horse food. Sorry, people.
Horsey
Not
food.
decided yet.
Or
Yes.
husbando.
I think horsey food sounds cuter. I don't know.
What, I get my own horsey foo?
I have no idea. Like, the only viable options for a horsey foo is either Rayburn, Big Macintosh, Caramel, the Sofa, and Quill Pony. And it's like, really? Comes down to a Sofa or Quill Pony that we don't even know the name of. You know? It's like, there's just not a lot of males. I don't know, can I pick, like, I don't know, one of the Thestrals from, like, Nightmare Night?
No, that doesn't count.
Aww.
We need to find one with an actual name, or at least a fan-given one. Then again, you can take your pick from like a variety of like hundreds, I think. Although I don't know if the male ponies got much love compared to the female ones.
I would never date Caramel. He is too submissive. It's a joke, because he's always shown as being sort of submissive. And never mind what.
Yeah, I need more headcanon.
Yeah.
The only way that you
Night
can
Song.
prove this is
Night
headcanon.
Song is one of the Thestrals. It's from Twilight Goes on a Date. Yes.
The what?
It's a fan fiction.
Oh, no wonder. I don't venture through those.
Aw, poor innocent little PM. It's alright. We'll shelter you from all your big bad things.
Oh, well, Robin showed me a big bad thing, and, yeah, that was a part of a fan fiction, and I don't think I want to venture inside fan fiction again.
Nah, you just gotta avoid the plot fix.
Damn you, Robin.
Trust me, trust me, I've been one of those that ends up, listening to audios of fan fiction and just happen to click on the wrong thing, and before I know it, Caramel's getting tied down, or, Rainbow Dash is, I don't know,
Well, the one that I read
stalking
in...
Applejack or something, If you just click on the wrong thing and before you know it, it's like, holy crap, stop it, no, no.
Well, no, I can't bring that up. This is a... I don't want to bring this up in a freaking
Family
fan
friendly
chat.
show?
Yeah, somewhat family friendly.
Well, anyways. Let's see. Yeah, it seems like that. I think her name is Sonata has already become popular with the fandom, and apparently she is going to get used in a lot of fanfiction, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That
Not in
whole
the good
Dazzlings
ones.
could make a really good foursome picture, I bet.
As I said, there was an image of Taco Tuesday that ruined Taco Tuesday for me forever.
Well, it is Taco Tuesday. Oh wait, that was yesterday.
It's
Crap.
Wednesday. Of course, we
It's
could always have
Wiener
Turtle
Schnitzel
City.
Wednesday.
It's Waffle Wednesday?
Wiener Schnitzel Wednesday.
Oh,
Oh yeah, get the hot dogs, eat them fresh.
yeah.
Okay.
You guys have a Wiener Schnitzel near your houses, right?
No.
No, unfortunately.
No, it's just a hot dog place. Chili dogs. Yeah. It's good.
Skyline has
Very
the best
good.
chili dogs.
Well, I could go for some hot dogs right now. I'm pretty hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So yummy. So, what did you guys think about the main six final costumes?
Glad
Weren't
they didn't
there...
have that face paint.
Yeah, that face paint was... yeah, they... I'm
It's
glad they didn't have
rarity,
that.
okay?
I've heard many people complain that the colors do clash within their outfits. I didn't get an entirely good look at what the main six were exactly wearing, but I'm pretty sure the box art actually has their outfits on.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard many people complain about their outfits. I totally understand the face paint thing. I thought that was overkill, but the outfits didn't really stand out to me too much.
Yeah, my only question is, why did Fluttershy get the tambourine?
Because she's a gentle, sweet creature.
Yes, and so her instrument is to constantly bang against an instrument. I'm sorry, hit an instrument.
It's a very light one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, she was running away from a light. That was hilarious.
Yep, that was funny.
Because she's still stage shy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, stage fright. This is human world Fluttershy.
Actually, that was kind of the progression of the main six getting mad at each other didn't feel natural to me. And I feel they could have done it in a different way. Like when they were singing "Shake Your Tail" and they were getting sabotaged. Rarity, Magnets, it was obvious to not only the audience but to the characters that they were being sabotaged. So them getting mad at each other doesn't seem like the right course of action. Usually you'd get mad at the people sabotaging you, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but they didn't know who was sabotaging them.
Well,
They
actually, they
Furthermore,
could
looked
they
have.
up.
felt like the other ones, they felt that the main people were at fault because, let's face it, they were partially making themselves easy targets. Let's see. Pinkie Pie decided to set off a cannon
Hello?
filled with confetti. Yes, we can hear you again.
Oh my gosh!
It's such a miracle. Oh my god.
It's a miracle. How about you say some things, Zachary? Well, after Starlight finishes her.
Hold on, I'm hearing my echo now.
Some people are never happy.
But the sabotage and
Oh, yeah,
not
might
feeling
be that.
natural, that's where we were.
By the way, did anybody think it was kind of funny that what's her name?
Alright.
God, you talk about her all the time in your stupid well, they're not stupid. Your gameplays of Equestria. What's her name?
You calling them stupid?
No, they're not. I actually really like them. But like she takes the pictures, and you're like, ugh. Even here, she's
Oh, photo finish.
yes, her. Did anybody think it was weird that Photo Finish is a student? Don't you think she should be like, I don't know, like the media teacher or something?
I was more surprised that she was in a friggin' band.
Yeah.
Like, when did she manage to pick up an instrument or something? I thought she was more photography.
What instrument did she play?
I don't know, it didn't show it, I think.
No idea.
Speaking of instruments, what was Derpy playing?
A saw?
I saw.
I really loved
She was playing bluegrass music.
Okay.
As noted by good old Brawny.
Trust me, I live at least not too far from Nashville. I've seen people playing it before.
So,
Actually,
Derpy
kinda
is part
cool.
country. Interesting. I sense a headcanon.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, but by the way, oh my gosh, this stupid echo.
Ray, you got your mic working and now you're feeling echo.
Yeah, I'm hearing echo on my end. And Starlight is singing or humming.
She normally does that.
I can't help it, I'm sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, there was something I wanted to note about the whole sabotage thing, especially when you said, like, they started arguing with each other. Like, I knew that, like, the message in the end was to revolve around you can't let the little things get to you. And, again, they are under pressure, so, well, they have to make sure to ensure that they make it to the final round in order to defeat the Dazzlings. So, and also, Rarity is part of the fault because, well, she was wearing that outfit and did make her susceptible to sabotage.
Fluttershy is just still dealing with being on stage fright. She's actually able to play in front of people now, as long as there's a spotlight on her. That's an improvement.
Well, it's better than being on screen, and plus she was with her friends.
Well, then again, this is Equestria Girls, like the human world Fluttershy, so I wouldn't include it as part of her character.
Yeah, they could do anything with
I'm
that.
gonna guess the human
the
pie
butterfly
are
is
different from the ponies. Little.
Well, we don't know too much of that as a fact.
No. By the way, didn't anybody else notice that the half-eaten donut that was in the drawer when Twilight put the notebook in it at the slumber party disappeared when she reopened the drawer?
Oh.
They must get a lot of ants in that house.
That, or Pinkie Pie ate a donut that she had eaten part of it earlier that day, and she stuck it in a drawer and then ate it.
During my first
Also,
viewing,
why did you do that much whipped cream?
During my first viewing, I didn't actually know that they were at Pinkie Pie's until Twilight put the book away. Because I saw sprinkles and confetti in the drawer.
Yeah, that screamed Pinkie Pie house. And also Maud was there.
Yeah, and she spilled crackers everywhere.
Yeah, there are ants
No,
around
Rocky
that
was
house.
eating them.
Okay, I'm gonna have to clean up the mess now.
Yeah, Boulder
No,
was
Rocky was
hungry.
eating them.
Boulder
Not
was
Boulder,
hungry.
Boulder.
did anyone else notice how arrogant Rainbow Dash was?
Yeah, but Rainbow Dash is always arrogant. It takes very little
Never
to
this
make her. To
arrogant.
make her. Okay, it takes very little for her ego to get out of hand. I mean, as cool as I wanna be, she
Yeah,
wrote that.
yeah, Rainbow Dash's masturbatory song. That's what I know it as.
Yeah, also, notice how everybody else in the background, when they're singing, just looks totally bored and slightly pissed off because all they have to do is go, huh, 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 you know? Or yeah, or whatever
It's
it is they
hay.
say in the background.
It's hay.
Hey, whatever.
Hay.
Get it? They're saying hey.
Uh,
Because, oh, I get it, because it's the food that the ponies eat.
Exactly,
Good
my
point,
little
Tish.
circle.
But yeah, as I was about to say, but I haven't seen the Rainbow Dash this arrogant since Mayor Duell.
Well, maybe that's just a human world Rainbow Dash thing. Maybe she hasn't gone through the Mayor Duell thing.
No.
Hey,
no.
Lonnie, I have a question. Can I have
Okay.
the turtle?
Sorry, Sweetie Bloom's currently got him.
Aww.
Yeah, last I
Find
remember
her
he was,
for him?
last I remember, Looney was being chased with a bow, by Sweetie Bloom.
Oh yeah, meanwhile.
Meanwhile,
I really gotta participate in one of those
You
someday.
could always come running to my room and hide. After all, my door's not too far from Sweetie Bloom's.
I think Sweetie locked the door.
Oops.
Oh.
Oh no.
Go through the little square. I'm sure it's a doggy flap. Just run as hard as possible into the door. Just tuck in your head before you hit it, okay?
Oh, yeah, just, like, go running, inch now.
That's all, folks.
So, I like the costumes and clothes that they did this one.
I'm
There
glad
were
they
a lot
did
less
keep the-
cutie marks on the clothes than in the last one, I think.
I'm so glad they keep the makeup.
Okay.
What, they didn't keep
You
the
know, I wonder
makeup?
why
Yeah,
nobody
they did.
else found it strange that 3 high schoolers had giant rubies around their necks.
Well, there are accessories, and it's just one thing that you would, like, compliment on.
Are you knocking their fashion sense? Oh my gosh.
No, it's just like I would not wear a giant ruby to my high school. Someone would totally take it from me.
Hmm.
Well, they never let it out of their sight, as evident from the movie.
Yeah, but all it takes is someone to run up to them and go, yoink, and run away. And then they have horrible singing voices.
Yet those necklaces are extremely close. And they don't look like they're loose, either.
Yes.
Yet I'm going off
Yes.
of what I've noticed from pictures, so...
It takes a magic blast to destroy them.
Yeah, the magic of rainbow alicorn.
Rainbow
Have you
alicorn base
noticed how
cannon.
Have you noticed to make redheads the villains, or at least the leader of the villains?
Well, redheads
Are you complaining,
evil, aren't
Starlight?
Hey!
Oh,
No, it's just, it gives redheads a bad name. Like Sunset Shimmer, the Siren,
Rainbow Dash has red in her hair.
yes, Rainbow Dash does have red in her hair, Looney.
but don't forget, they did put Sunset Shimmer in a more positive light. So,
Yeah, so it's balanced out now.
yeah,
Yeah, but her
everyone's
hair was
neutral
also
to
more
airheads
pinkish.
again. I mean, redheads. Damn it.
Yeah, they had a ginger with a soul and one without. I mean, perfectly
Oh.
normal.
You know where that whole ginger without a soul thing came from, right, Looney?
Not really.
It's from when they used to burn women as witches because redheads stood out. So they were the first to be accused of being witches.
Goody.
Oh yeah.
It's just because we're too fabulous for people to stand.
Hey, I have red in my hair. Do I count?
No.
By the way,
You have a red highlight.
Okay.
I
Your
know
coat
this
is red. No, your coat's more brown than red.
Well, let's let Zach talk.
I know this is coming from like way earlier in the conversation. You know, when you guys were wondering why people liked Sonata and stuff. I also had another theory, and that's she has the best one-liners in the movie.
Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
For realsies. I should have used it's the grape juice innocent, or isn't it?
I know I used too much grape juice.
Too bad. So sad. Okay, am I missing any?
This is one where Dimashi goes, all right, girls, it's
That's
time.
that's what I meant to say. That's what I meant to say. What she said. That's what I meant to say.
Lunch?
What?
Oh, there is that kind of awe.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pinky though.
Yeah.
Oh, and it smells like cake. What? I used frosting instead of glue. Or paste. Was it paste? I think it was paste.
Instead of
frosting
paste.
Instead
It's
of
paste.
paste.
Anyway, another thing I kind of mentioned earlier. When I saw like sunset shimmer, glow, rainbow, the ears and tails, and extra color to the rainbow. It's like, oh, okay, it's just gonna be like Taste the Rainbow again, except an extra color. But then when I saw those wings and the action, of course, like,
Oh man, they upped the ante.
I do have one complaint about their transformations, and that's the ridiculousness of the hair. I understand that they make the hair longer, but some of them, it's like they cut off part of the hair and then just make a certain part of it longer. It looks stupid. It's dumb. They did it with the villains too, and it's like one of the villains, the one with the pigtails. It's like, oh my god, why did you do that? It looks so weird. What is wrong
they're
with
obligated,
this?
okay? They're obligated.
No, just
Well,
make the hair all the same length.
But they gotta make it like very similar to the toy. You just gotta put the tail on the end, and you're good.
I also when I saw the unicorn, the alicorn do that, and I like to call that the ultimate Taste the Rainbow.
It looked
The
a lot like the
superpower.
rainbow that we saw Castlemania, though, didn't it? Like that statue. Looked a lot like that statue. A male alicorn.
Ooh, Malicorn?
No, it was a male alicorn. That picture in that statue in a Castlemania in the library.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looked a lot like that statue.
Hold on, let me take a look.
Well, while he's taking a look, another thing I want to mention is that the songs are definitely a big step up from the first movie. I want to say, even though I do like the songs from the first movie.
Damn thing is not working.
And after much consideration, I think my favorite song in this movie is definitely "Under Our Spell."
That was most everyone's favorite song, and what I noticed is that
I'm sorry, but that song sort of reminded me of "We Put a Spell on You" from Hocus Pocus.
Also, actually, that song, when the bands were eliminating each other, the way they were eliminating them also reminded me of Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
which one? The climax song, or how like they were blown away by music?
How they were blown away by music.
Really, that happened in Scott Pilgrim? I only remembered like the fight that they had.
Because look, the witch is working. I'm the
I can't believe you guys
Yeah, I can kind of see that story. It
Please stop.
looks more feminine than masculine, but yeah, I can certainly see that. It does look like one of the statues from Castlemania. Hmm.
Oh yeah, I can't believe you guys did talk about this. But how we talk about the failure that is Simpson Snail's rap?
That was
Oh God,
hilarious.
Yeah.
God, it was so bad it wasn't even funny to me.
Oh, it was
Like it just
funny.
hurt.
Really, it was good cringe comedy, I thought,
Yeah.
because you saw
Plus,
the audience cringing from it.
plus it didn't last too long, like say the song from Showstoppers or Spike's song in Equestria Games.
Yeah, but also it ended with a mic drop.
Yeah. And,
Yeah,
and the
wow.
the only reaction is, please don't drop the microphones.
That completed the joke.
And who knew bulk
Celestia and
biceps?
Luna were useless.
And who knew that bulk biceps could play a violin?
Oh yeah.
And was able to defeat Snips and Snails.
Well, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a
considering
point
they
there.
dropped the mic.
Yeah, and he blew them away with a violin. How awesome is that? And I think he's actually a gym teacher in this world.
Really?
Also,
Good idea.
also, I don't know why,
He
but
looked like a gym teacher. He had a whistle around his neck.
and a hat, a gym hat.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I guess, but it'd be like a gym assistant or something.
Maybe.
Also I don't know why I like this, but during the montage, I really liked that really angry look that Flash Sentry got. Grrr.
Well, while he was playing music or when he learned that he lost?
Both.
Yeah, he's angry, and most people are enjoyed from that.
Yeah. Hey, since Flash doesn't have much screen time, at least it's not gonna make anyone mad.
I have a question.
What?
Okay, they moved the mirror. So shouldn't Twilight come out at a different spot?
They moved the mirror, but I don't believe the portal in the human world changes.
Nah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think
Like
they would leave it the same place. That thing was in Canterlot, wasn't it? Like prior to the movie?
Yeah, Canchelot and then to the Crystal Empire for the first movie. So I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, that Sunset Shimmer was sent to that world when the mirror was in Canchelot, and then it was moved to the Crystal Empire, and it was at the same place. So at this point, it just doesn't.
Or
I have
you
a
know,
question. I have a question. Do ponies that go to the human world not age? Because let's face it, Sunset Shimmer had to be there for a very long time, longer than 4 years, because Twilight has been Princess Celestia's student since she was a little filly. So either they had students at the same time, but kept separate because of their different grades levels, or ponies don't age in the human universe.
When they in the first movie, when they panned between the like Sunset winning the fall formal, there were 4 pictures, so I'd assume, well, 3 pictures, so I'd assume, yeah, she's been there for a while.
Yeah, but 3 years isn't the same. Would at least let her know that Princess Celestia had another student. But Twilight was oblivious to the fact that Princess Celestia had another student, and Twilight's been the student longer than 3 years.
Let's just assume time works differently in the My Little Pony universe.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I have a thing about that. How about the Dazzlings? Like, around what time period was Star Swirl around? Like 1,000 years in Equestria?
Yeah, but they were immortal monsters.
So they
Sunset Shimmer
maintain
was
their
just a
youthful
pony.
form.
Yes.
Logic.
Because they were still able to absorb magic, so they were able to keep their youthful form.
It's magic. It doesn't need an explanation.
Oh my god, did we fall in love with
Okay, we
cougars?
cannot use the explanation a wizard did it, okay? That's not suffice enough.
But that's the explanation for every magic thing. Oh yeah, when you guys were talking about mirrors, I was about to go, well, you know, it could have been one of the other mirrors that Celestia had from the comics.
She had more?
Yeah, she had another one.
How did that lead? Rule 63 world?
No. It led to another dimension where King Sombra is a good guy and Celestia and Luna are bad guys.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
that
heard of
one.
that one.
Yeah, Damn, when was anyone gonna come
By
up
the
with that
way,
idea
by
yet?
the way, why is it that the Pegasus get wings when they go into their rainbow or magical friendship horns, but yet the unicorns don't get horns?
That would
Uh,
look weird.
because
Yes, it would,
Then-
but no weirder than. But they're unicorns. They should get horns.
because logic, that's why.
I don't know. I think they get longer hair, but that's it. I'm not sure. I can't remember too well. Let me check.
Ah, it doesn't really even matter.
Look, we're talking. Let's see.
Technically, none of this matters. Why should we even talk about a little kid's show? Sorry, I bit my tongue and slurred my speech.
Don't worry, we forgive you for that.
Yes, it was quite painful. Thank you.
Oh God, I have to see Demon Sunset Shimmer again.
No, I do not want. Do not want.
That's the only thing I did. The only area I didn't like in the first movie. Like, I don't know if I brought that up, but
Wait, you actually liked the first movie?
hey, I liked the first movie.
Oh,
The first
That's-
2/3 of it.
past analysis would be your friend right now.
I know, but
already
I'm trying to
talked
steal
about
his waifu, so yeah, I don't think we're friends anymore.
You can have the old Sunset Shimmer, and he can have the new one.
Yep, gotta steal his waifu. That's my new goal.
But by the way, Starlights, how long have we been recording?
I think an hour and 30.
It really feels like 3 hours.
Well, if that's the case, you guys want to stop recording?
Alright, well, is there anything about the movie we haven't talked about yet?
I think we touched upon a lot, but then again, for it to be a long podcast and we're talking about a movie here,
Actually,
It's like when I saw Vinyl Scratch. It's like, so she was in that short for a reason other than fan service.
yep, she had a purpose of being there. And yet she's the true hero of this story, everyone.
Yeah. I'm sure that made all Vinyl Scratch fans happy. It's like, oh my gosh, Vinyl Scratch does something. Oh my gosh, Octavia talks.
Yeah, and Vinyl Scratch has a cool car.
That's like a transformer.
Okay, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we go?
Did you guys ever touch upon Trixie in this movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
we did.
Okay.
And how minor antagonist she is.
I'm surprised she wasn't just a cameo. I'm surprised she actually did more than just a cameo.
Yeah, which was interesting. I guess that guitar-centered short also had a reason of being there.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't buy the guitar, though.
Yeah, she didn't, but she
I love the punchline at the end. She's like, "You'll pay for this Rainbow Dash," and he's like, "No, she hasn't. No, she doesn't. If you want it, you have to buy it."
Well, and then again, Rainbow Dash did pay for it in the end, so it certainly worked. I meant figuratively, not monetarily. I'm getting this clear right now. I meant in her actions.
Sure.
I'm not being completely vague about it or anything, or confusing the hell out of people.
Sure, you're not.
I think I just roundabout my whole entire statement.
I had
Yes.
Did anyone else notice the Dime Dogs in the movie?
The Diamond Dudes, yeah.
Oh, actually, did anybody see vinyl in the cafe shop or
Yes.
whatever it was?
Yeah, cafeteria.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
was
I
just
noticed
walking
her.
around.
I
She's
think
also in the cafeteria.
Actually, she's in 2 shots in the cafeteria. And the first
Well-
shot, it's when what's one of the dancing names? The one with the purple hair. Arya, I think her name is.
Arya? Yeah, Arya.
Yeah, you can actually see the back of Vinyl's the back of Vinyl's head. Her pop into the music.
Yeah, I believe that they were vinyl went by in the pastry shop, and that it could connect to the short that was released.
Hmm.
No,
That's-
no,
that's the continuity.
I don't think so because in the short Twilight wasn't there.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
She was, wasn't she?
No, she wasn't in the
She
short.
wasn't in the short.
Also,
Sorry, we shot that down.
also we see Vinyl in sitting down during the contest. On the far on the her sitting down. You see her sitting down. Bopping her head.
Yeah, she appeared a couple times in the movie. I guess it was one way to hint that she's like one of the only people that was affected by the sirens. So, yeah, never takes off her headphones, and I can respect that.
One other thing. Even though Spike doesn't get a lot of screen time, the screen time he does get is awesome.
Well, he pulls through for
Kind of
them.
useless.
I like the selfie pic. What he does.
The selfie was adorable. Then again, I may be biased because Rarity's face was awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I also love that gag where after Twilight sings horribly, Spike is like, oh, that was better than the other 4 times. You see Big Macintosh walk by going, nope.
I heard the whole audience laugh when I heard that moment.
I actually saw the movie in the theaters.
Me too.
Woo!
Yeah! But then again, I had to spend a whole lot of money. That sucked.
Were there a lot of people there?
Yeah, there were not as much as I assume as opening day, because I had to see it a week later, so yeah, which is unfortunate.
I actually saw it on the second day on Sunday. No, wait, what? On Thursday, Friday? No, yeah. Whatever. I saw it on a Sunday, and there weren't that many people there, but I think that's because it was a Sunday.
Yeah, I think that would be the case. I think there were more theaters showing this movie, but I'm not too sure about that.
And the theater was only like an hour away from me.
Yeah. The one I was originally going to was an hour away from me until I realized, oh, Screen Division forgot a couple theaters, especially the one that's like 20 minutes away from me.
Whoops.
Thank you. I had to spend $20 to see your damn movie. This movie better rock my balls off.
And did it?
Oh, well, I hope not.
Okay.
Well, not my balls, but definitely my socks.
I did at least rock.
Yeah, it rocked, but I don't have the horns.
I
What, I have a
didn't know
horn.
your pony wore socks. Can I see a picture?
Oh, someone may draw fan art of that.
I'm sorry. I'm horrible. I
All the
really am.
socks.
I can't help it. My LC's dressed as a villain right now.
Yeah, you're Arya. Oh no.
Oh no, I'm so terrified.
But I'm a shapeshifter. I can make myself look like whoever I want.
So you're a changeling then?
I'm not a changeling. My special talent is changing my shape.
That'll never get old.
Alright, so basically you're a changeling. I think Pokey's gonna
No,
get
I
angry
am
at
not.
you.
I'm a unicorn with the special ability to change my shape.
A changeling?
Yeah,
I'm a
changelings have horns.
shapeshifter. I don't feed off of love.
Nah, I'm still calling you a changeling.
Yep.
You do realize I have power in here, right? I could kick you out.
Uh-oh. Behave. We gotta behave.
Fine. Fine, Miss Unicorn.
Thank you. Yes, sir. So, Looney, you're being quiet.
Oh, his mic's muted.
I know.
He doesn't say much anyway.
Yes, yes. Even during the CBD, I'm silent most of the time.
We
Well,
must
that's me
know
for
your
most chats.
opinion on
Maybe
certain
we need
stuff.
to rescue him from Pink.
What?
Yes. We
What?
must rescue you from the dreaded room of the Pinks.
Pink? What?
Pink
I'm so
unicorn?
confused.
Actually, I think she's a Pegasus.
I don't know what the hell are you talking about.
Because Looney is being held captive.
Oh,
the
Sweetie Bloom.
Yes, it took you long enough. Maybe
Okay,
you
there's
need to
plenty of
rescue
pink
him.
unicorns out there.
Sweetie.
Fluffy
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
unicorns
right.
dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy. Sorry.
Oh god.
Alright, were you guys either happy or did you cringe when you saw Kmart Crusaders in their showstoppers costumes?
Well, I cringed at first, but thankfully we did not actually get to hear them sing that awful song again.
Oh, you
But-
mean the best song ever? Yeah.
We're the Kmart Crusaders.
I will have
But
to.
they are Cutie Mark Crusaders. They don't need cutie marks anymore, so now they're just the Crusaders.
Yeah, they do address themselves as crusaders, so.
Why are they crusading? Who knows?
They're crusading
What?
for the logos. Yeah.
Or maybe
Oh,
they're
no.
just trying to find what they're good at. You know, in high school, you're supposed to try to find what's your talent so you can work towards it for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
that's
but then you can
because
put
that's
that
what-
mark
because
on
that's
your
what-
clothes.
Because as we all know, in high school, kids are allowed, to take classes and stuff.
No, that sounds ridiculous. Says the guy that went into filmmaking, singing class, and theater.
Again, I was in band, so I'm on the talk.
Yeah.
I went to a tech center to help me get a certification. I wasn't also in a couple of plays, but for the most part, I was actually dragged into them. I don't think I really had a choice in that.
Oh, be right back.
Oh, there was one thing that was obviously missing from this movie. It's that there was no Doctor
penguin?
Who's. There's
There's
no
no
Doctor Who's. Human.
No
You're
doctor.
insane. It was the clock. Doctor Who was the clock on the wall.
Ha!
Blah.
Because there's no need for a pony that turns over an hourglass if there's an actual clock. Exactly.
Yeah, that was my mind right now.
Well, at least everything is awesome.
Ha!
If we were
I know what you're referencing.
Yeah, and it's awesome as I want to be. This movie's got me under its spell with its tricks up its sleeve. Yeah, and it definitely shined like rainbows with its rainbow rocks. Puns!
Did anybody else think while they're
wait.
watching it, every time
Wait,
they say Rainbow Rocks, instead of like thinking like rocks as in rock and roll, I think of like just a rock painted like a rainbow for some reason.
Maud
you
would
know-
love that.
Exactly.
Don't you know rock and roll and punk is nothing but death. It's nothing but crime and death and the rage of a beast.
Oh. Dude, nice. Starlight is quiet.
I can imagine Batman going to this event and shaking his fist.
My God. Jeez.
A deadly bee weapon.
Finish that.
Actually, the one thing I don't want to say, the only song I didn't really care for because I just didn't find that catchy was actually funny enough a Trixie song. Didn't really
What did
Be
care.
gone.
I didn't really care for it. Okay.
You didn't like it?
No. It's not that I don't like it. I just didn't care for it.
It's like one of the more different songs in the movie. It was awesome.
True.
He just likes the candy pop
Okay.
rock songs.
I know you're gonna hate me for quoting this, but man, the song must have been so bad they actually cut it off.
Oh. Yeah,
Once again, I have the power to kick you out.
Do it. I don't really. Yeah, you go. Your opinion.
Yeah. No. Oh, I don't really hate it, but I just felt like quoting someone.
Okay, well, we're getting into the 2-hour mark, so I think it's about time for us to wrap this up.
Yeah, we've really gone over this.
I think everyone watching this on YouTube has pretty much given up and not watched all the way through. Sure, it's still on.
Great,
Well,
they will miss me singing.
Alright, everybody do your sign-offs.
I won't.
DM, sign off.
See you, everyone. I'm not gonna sing. I won't torture you guys yet.
Looney, it's your turn.
Turtle. There, I did it for him.
Looney, say goodbye.
Well, he said he would be away, so.
Don't make us get Sweetie Bloom.
Alright.
Oh, well, he'll come back.
The one that's breaking the rules by having their webcam on, it's your turn.
Boo.
Excuse me.
She's not a princess.
I know. I think I didn't say it. Anyway, Pinkie Pie says goodbye.
And I am Starlight Pony shining out. Come and join us on the 22nd to enjoy another fantastic fan chat. Don't forget to submit what you want to hear us talk about in the comments below on YouTube. Because remember, this is fan chat where we discuss the subjects that you, the fans, want to hear us talk about. And as always, don't forget to sparkle.